excited to have Robert from Grimminck Listed in studio with us here today. We'd love to kick things off. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I'm the creator, narrator, and writer for Grimminck Listed, which is a true crime YouTube channel. I'm also the creator of the podcast Grimminck Listed Presents Into the Killing and co-creator of the channel Paranormally Listed.
A lot of your content really blends research and storytelling. So just curious if there's sort of a secret you have in terms of trying to keep viewers engaged, or how you balance kind of fact with that more story presentation.
I'm heavily influenced by movies, and the movie I always credit with kind of building our structure is this terrible 1980s movie called Shocker. But it's the way it starts off, and there's this serial killer going around killing families, and nobody knows how he's getting into the house. So even the police are afraid. And I thought, that's kind of cool. When I do that, I try to keep it as fact-based as possible, but building a narration around that. You have to give people a reason to watch. So I like to present the mystery first. So I always kind of present the story as, here's the problem, and then the investigation, and finally the closure of it. So I try to structure it like a 1980s horror movie, essentially.
Great. That's definitely, I think, really speaks to the niche genre.
Right.
As well.
Yeah. That's for my specific niche. I'm not sure how everybody else does it, but we've definitely figured out a rhythm for it.
I actually think that's a great segue in terms of my next question, which is the digital landscape itself changes so fast. And I'm sure over the 9 years, you've seen changes, whether it's just on the platform YouTube or just the digital space in general. So curious if you have, tips that you would give creators starting out in terms of just keeping up with that change, or what to look for, or if it's important to really stick to your own process and kind of stay true to yourself despite some of those changes.
Well, it's a bit of both, actually. Now, if I were to come out with the channel today, it would be a lot different. When you start producing stuff, there's gonna be tons of people who tell you, you can't do it, this sucks. Listen to those people. Don't take it to heart necessarily, but if they say, well, it sucks because of this, well, look at, does it suck because of that? Or is that part of your kind of brand and what you're building? I was able to build an audience that was patient, where if you gave it some time, you'd be able to watch and get involved. People have to be more economical with their words and other people's time. There's so much competition going on that you have to respect people's time and give them the best compact material as possible.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And maybe a little bit off book, but maybe a difference when it comes to digital media creation is that there is that opportunity for immediate feedback.
Absolutely, yes.
And the ability to, I think, like you said, stick to your brand identity, but pivot based on what the audience is interested in.
Yeah, definitely. The beauty is with making your own stuff is that you have full creative control, basically. You don't have studios or whatever giving you notes. You can have a very direct vision and build upon that. And if it doesn't work, then you can still pivot. There's lots of channels that start off as one thing and become something else when they find it works.
What's maybe the most surprising thing you learned about your audience over the years, or maybe some surprising comments you've gotten, or just maybe just what you've learned about your audience?
Well, whenever I think of the internet as a persona, it's usually dark and mean, and there are elements of that, but I get overwhelming support and positivity. There's more of a community. It blows my mind that I do have an audience. I'm very proud of what I've done and what we continue to do. It's always surprising to me that every day I get to wake up to do this.
This week we were able to share a post about the show being in the top 10 on Spotify, which is amazing, and getting to even just see some comments from your audience, saying, well, I've been here since, day one,
absolutely,
or this year, or since this case, and things like that. I think, that was amazing.
I think that's amazing that I get people who are still commenting years later, and I think that means the world to me. So I'm super appreciative. I couldn't believe it. So it's been a fantastic ride.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us in studio today, and we're so excited to have you at the conference in October.
All right, excellent. I'm looking forward to it.